Hey friends, it's your buddy Owen here. This week I've been traveling. Well, actually I've been traveling this whole month. It's been crazy. I'm not complaining because I needed the work, needed the money, gotta pay those bills. But this week specifically I've been in San Francisco and I decided to leave my smart devices at home. So I only had my laptop and the Light Phone 2. So I just want to talk to you about my experience with that, what that's been like, the pros and the cons. So I'll do my best to do that succinctly, but hopefully in a helpful manner. So the things you'll need if you're going to be traveling with the Light Phone 2 as your sole device out in a city that you're not familiar with would be obviously the Light Phone 2. You're going to need that. I would recommend a notebook like this with a pen. Stick that in your pocket. And then also I would recommend having a laptop or an iPad or something that lives at your hotel, or if you have a backpack and you can just have that at the ready, that's great. And what I would just say about it is we all know that the Light Phone 2 directions is just kind of spotty. It's kind of whatever. So it's not something you want to like put your faith and trust in when you're out in a new city. So I wouldn't recommend using it as your kind of only motive to get around. I think you'll get lost. I think you'll have some problems. But if you have a laptop, you can still load up Google Maps, map out your locations, and then get yourself your little notebook out and just literally write out where you're going from here to here. Here's how I do it. I go down this street. And I think it's great because people, I don't feel like you look like a tourist if you're just kind of take a glance at your notebook and and you go left on 7th up here and then go right on Mission Street, and then I'll be at the Five Guys or whatever it is. And that's kind of been my experience. So having something like this, you can write down your directions. That way, if your phone dies too, you're not, worried. Another thing too is having the iPad or the computer set up so that you can schedule out your ride shares that you might need. And Uber works from a computer. So you can actually schedule out your rides for the day. It doesn't really work out great if you have something dramatically change in your schedule, but if you know, hey, at 7:30, this Uber is picking me up, that's how it's going to work. I actually did this last night. I went and saw this band at a club in town, and I scheduled the Uber for 10:50 p.m., and so I set my little alarm for 10:45, and I knew I need to go look for this Uber driver in just a couple minutes. It worked out great. The only bummer with that setup is that Uber doesn't send you a text to let you know who the driver is, the make and model of the car, or anything like that. But typically, if you schedule the spot, you schedule the time, and you go out to that location, it's usually easy to spot an Uber driver just chilling, waiting for a passenger. And then you just do the whole, hey, can you just tell me what passenger you're waiting for? And if they say your name, this is the right Uber. And I think Uber drivers get a bad rap. Most of them are pretty good folks. So, yeah. I say all this with one caveat. I know that I'm a white male and I have the privilege of being able to roam around a city with less concerns that my female friends and family out there might have, or someone, that people might target for unkind actions. So I just want to acknowledge that I am privileged in a way. And so I don't want to gloss over this. Some of this needs to be taken with a grain of salt. But I would recommend the Light Phone 2 on a trip for sure. If you really, really need a GPS or something to roll around on the go, you could bring an old GPS with you, but I think that's clunky. And I don't like when I'm traveling anything that puts a highlight on my back that I'm a tourist. So I personally like to blend in with the crowd, as it were. Now, if I'm at a pub or something, or if I'm at an event, I don't mind saying, hey, I'm from out of town. Who are you? I don't mind that. But when I'm just walking through the streets, I really don't like to be seen as a tourist. And which is so ironic because I like to take pictures. So I always have a camera. So I guess in every city I look like a tourist, but figure that one out. So I would highly recommend the Light Phone 2. Again, the Light Phone 3 is coming out in January, so that's pretty exciting. And then, yeah, I'm going to drop a link in the description, which is my affiliate link with Lightphone. This video is not sponsored ever, but if you are on the fence and want to buy a Lightphone 2, you can use that link and I'll get a couple bucks for that. And that money will go to support the channel. I've also got a Patreon, and that money goes to help me kind of keep making content. I've been kind of slow the last couple months. I'm trying to get back into it, trying to make myself do this thing, which I really enjoy. So there's no excuses. So I love you guys. Would love to connect with you on social. We'll see you next time. Bye.